Today we'll be unboxing the evil armored battle steed on Rip It Open with Newman. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Newman, and today we'll be unboxing Masters of the Universe Nightstalker from Mattel Toys. Nightstalker was originally released in 1985 from the original Masters of the Universe toy line. The steed/vehicle was never actually introduced in the original mini-comics, only the later UK comics. And like many other figures and vehicles released later in the toy line, it never made an appearance in the Filmation series. The vehicle was first produced under the name of Nightmare, a name used as an Easter egg in the Masters of the Universe Revelation series. Alright folks, we're traveling back to the land of Eternia for Nightstalker, a vehicle for the Masters of the Universe Origins line. I'm really excited to get this opened up. This recently came in from Mattel Creations. Luckily, the turnaround for this was really quick. I think it only took about a week between purchase and arrival, so that's awesome. I actually bought 3 of these, which is why this box is so big. There's not actually 3 in here, there's actually only 2, as you'll see in a moment. The third one came in its own separate box. So here we go. Now I'm going to make that one disappear, and we're going to focus on this one right here. I love that Mattel Creations will put a brown box inside of a brown shipping box. It really makes the packaging a little more secure. And here we have the box itself. It's in pristine condition. No bumps, no bruises, no dings, nothing of that sort. It looks gorgeous. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging before we actually open this thing up first. We're going to go ahead and zoom into the front. Some lovely artwork with Battle Armor Skeletor on the steed against Battle Armor He-Man. Moving to the side, we have an image of Zor in her armor, so that looks very lovely. Moving to the back of the package, you can see Skeletor in all his glory right in front of Snake Mountain. I really love this image. This looks fantastic. Moving to the other side, we have smoke. We have purple smoke. Okay, all right, you know, whatever. And lastly, on the very top, we have Skeletor again, leaping into battle from that little hole in Snake Mountain with all the vines that come out. And hey, look, there's Screech. Oh, and apologies, we actually have something on the bottom. It shows you how to put the stand for this together. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now that we're done looking at this gorgeous packaging, we're going to go ahead and switch positions and take a closer look at this. Now, I typically don't unbox Motu Origins stuff. It's really just the cartoon collection for the most part. Oh, I'm going to stop myself. So we've got some diagrams on the swappability of the helmets on it when you open up the package. So that's nice. So here it is. But like I was saying, I generally just do the cartoon collection for openings. But since Origins it seems it's coming to an end, most of the figures are going directly to Mattel Creations. I figured I might as well go ahead and unbox these last few Origins figures. Really, it's really just the Mattel Creations stuff. The stuff that is, for the most part, collector friendly, where I can just put it right back in the package. Not this. This isn't going back in the package at all. Here we've got the base. Okay, looks good. Looks like Snake Mountain. I generally go over the accessories after I've gone over the figure itself, but since the packaging is it's a little different, I'm kind of going to be all over the place with this review, just a little bit. But here is the figure or vehicle itself. It looks really good. The paint job is very nice. It looks very premium actually for a Origins figure. It does seem a little bit light, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be too heavy. In fact, it might actually help with posing him in an upright position. The fact that he's so light, so it's not too heavy, it won't weigh down. There is articulation in the neck, which is actually really good. That's nice. So you can have it posed so that he's about to, I don't know, headbutt Battle Cat, or upright, or looking off to the side. That's really cool. Let's go ahead and take off his helmet and take a look at the head sculpt. It's good. Looks good. I mean, you know, looks like a robotic horse from the 80s. What can you say? Let's put that back on. All right. Let's check out the articulation in the legs. So they bend at the, I guess, the knees, as well as the joint that meets the body itself. So that's, you know, that's kind of expected. Back legs. So yeah, they do bend, but they just bend backward like that, and then they again, it looks like there's ratchet joints on those back legs though, which makes sense if you want to get them in an upright position so that the figure doesn't topple under its own weight. So yeah, you would need those ratchet joints. There's articulation in this blaster on the back and the tail as well. It's kind of funny that there's a blaster on his butt. Alright, so here's the extra guardrail for that stand, and another helmet. So I could only assume that this was a design from the Masters of the Universe Classics that they wanted to repeat in Origins. I honestly don't know if that was with the original toy or not. And we also had a mouth guard with some attaching handles for the rider. Here are some blasters that are going to go on the front of the horse, and lastly some blast effects for all three blasters. It looks as though they would go on top of the nozzle of the gun, which I don't really care for, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get these on here. So yep, that side is too small, so it's not going to go in that side. So it's probably going to be the other side, which, you know, makes sense. So let's try and get it in there. And it's not really going in there. So I had to actually look at the instructions just to make sure I wasn't crazy, like I wasn't doing something wrong. But they do go in there that way. You just have to really get them in there tight. So it's a really tight fit. So that is a good thing. So now that we've got those in there, obviously the guns are articulated as well, so we can have them at different heights. You know, they don't go out, just up and down. He's looking good. He was looking very original Masters of the Universe 1985. Oh, look at that. We've got articulation in the mouth, so we can get that mouth guard in there relatively easily. So we're just going to unclip his mouth, get that adjusted, and look at that. We've got some handlebars for the rider. All right, let's try out the other helmet. And okay, this looks good. All right, that looks a lot better. I like this one a lot better. I think I may just put that aside. I don't think I'll be using that one. So let's go ahead and get some blast effects on the blasters. Also, I should mention the horse helmet is very secure on this, as was the other one. So it's a nice tight fit. As are these blast effects, which, again, I don't really like how they're all over the blaster. It's fine, though. I mean, I'll get over it. It's really not a big deal. I know it's more secure if it fits over the blaster itself, because the nozzle of the blaster is pretty small. And I know they wanted to match up with the original toy, so they can't make a giant nozzle for the blasters. And if you wanted to display him without the blast effects, you can have, you know, those little blasters on there. Let's get the stand. We're going to insert the other rail on here. And now we've got the posing arm. And now I am going to look on the box art to make sure I'm putting it in correctly, because I don't want to have to take this thing out. I feel as though the more you take it in and out, the looser the connection gets. But there we have it with a nice satisfying snap. And there we go. We've got our base constructed. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and get Nightstalker on here if I can. Now this seems to be a little precarious. So let me see if I can go ahead and adjust that. Woo, that is tight. That is very tight, which is excellent. So it's not going to fall off all over the place. So that's good. Let's get his legs out of the way so I can go ahead and insert this on here. And there we have it with another nice satisfying snap. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it twirls all around too. So let's see if I can go ahead and get these legs in a good looking position for this stand so that he's sort of bucking up, if I can. I just don't I want to make sure I don't break this thing, because I'll be angry at myself for something as silly as breaking it on the stand. I'm sure there was an easier way to do this, but I decided to take the hard route for whatever reason. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, we're in business now. Look at that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and push Nightstalker back a little bit. We're going to get ourselves a Skeletor, and we're going to go ahead and see how well this figure rides him. Yes, I know I'm a child in adult form, but I mean, I'm playing with toys, so that's to be expected. All right, and we've got a nice fit. All right, looking good. Let's go ahead and get the handles in Skeletor's hands, or really just hand. Well, no, actually, we should be able to get it in his other hand as well, because of the nature of these handlebars. It's sort of like a Beastman whip thing going on here. And look at that. The other one grasps it a little bit better than the actual gripping hand. All right, there we go. Okay, look at that. All right, so now this figure is a little bit too tall, so I've got to adjust the camera just a little bit, and we're going to push back the figure also just a little bit so that we can take a better view of Skeletor on this fantastic looking Nightstalker. This looks really good. In all honesty, I kind of just bought this figure out of habit of purchasing the Origins figures, and because I do resell these figures as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. This looks really good. I don't know if I want to have Skeletor on Panther or on this, because I honestly think this looks a little more dynamic. But I don't want to lose Panther because, you know, that's it's symmetry with my He-Man on Battle Cat. Now, I actually have an idea. I'm wondering if I can use this stand for my cartoon collection collector. So let's go ahead and see if I can get this thing out of here. I'm gonna have to take it off screen for this, unfortunately, folks, because it's really in there. Trust me. All right, so now that I've got that out of there, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my collector. So here we are, and sure enough, yeah, it's the same type of connector that's on the collector.
I'm a poet and didn't even know I was rhyming those words.
I kind of had an issue with it not having a stand when I did the review for the collector. It was my only issue because I think this is a great vehicle. And look at that, snaps right in. Perfect fit. It is a bit wobbly, however, because the collector, it's a big vehicle. So that may have been the reason that they decided not to include a stand. It may have been a little unsafe. That ain't gonna stop me though. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, it fits on there. And it's, yeah, it looks like it's hovering above the stand. I think I'm just going to adjust it just a little bit so that I can use the railing as an extra piece for the stand. So it's a little more secure. All right, look at that, look at that. All right, so this is what I wanted from the collector. I think I may keep it like this. I really don't need a stand for Nightstalker, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This looks just as good without a stand. And the light weight of the figure combined with the ratchet joints on those hind legs makes it pretty stable, even though I've got one of the front legs up. Look at that. I think, yeah, this looks good. Maybe I might spend a little extra money, see if I can track down a battle armor Skeletor to put in this thing. The only downside of that is that then I'm going to want to get a battle armor He-Man with a Stridor to balance everything out. First world problems. Okay, final thoughts. I think this is a great vehicle addition to the Origins line. It's a great army builder for you. It's still available at Mattel Creations for 33 bucks. And, you know, there's always that limit of 3. But hey, just change your email. I won't tell anybody. If you don't want to go that route, and you want to be honest, it is actually for sale on, I think, eBay and Mercari. Resellers are already selling this at an inflated price, which I think is kind of insane because, again, you could just go to Mattel Creations and buy it at the original $33. And you don't have to worry about the issues with third-party dealers. I mean, you know, sometimes the packaging might not be very good, or, you know, you might get a damaged product. Who knows? With Mattel Creations, you can order from them, and if there are any issues, just send a complaint to Mattel, and they'll probably just give you a refund or a new figure. And I'm saying that as a reseller myself. I do have 2 more of these, and I don't plan on putting these up for sale anytime soon. I'm probably going to leave these in the oven to bake a little bit more. FYI, you'll never have to worry about packaging issues with Newman Collectibles on Mercari. A little shout out for myself, that's my selling site. I always strive to make sure that the packaging is very nicely secure so that all of the products come in undamaged. I'll go ahead and leave a link at the bottom just in case you're interested in a few items that I've got for sale on that site. Again, not this figure though, just go to Mattel Creations and get it there. It's really good. Give that giant corporation your business. But in all seriousness, this is a really good figure. It's, again, a great army builder in case you got a lot of Origins figures and you want to do a nice little display in front of Castle Grayskull or Snake Mountain. It's great. It's really good. Go ahead and get it. Gold star, Mattel. You did good work. Alright folks, so that's going to wrap everything up. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell for notifications, and I will check you later.